The lost episode of Wild Main's Blind Run. I've always been a sucker for old cartoons, especially ones I grew up with but never fully explored. Wild Mains was one of those shows. Wild, colorful horses running free in vibrant landscapes, each episode filled with lighthearted adventures and catchy tunes. So when I stumbled upon a forum thread titled Wild Main's Lost Episode, Blind Run, my curiosity got the better of me. The thread was sparse, but the few who claimed to have seen it described a bizarre episode unlike anything in the series. The horses were eerily different. Their eyes were completely missing, just smooth, empty sockets. The bright colors were dulled, replaced with sickly, muted shades. The cheerful soundtrack was replaced with a low, dissonant hum. The episode was supposedly pulled for being too disturbing, but no one could explain why, beyond vague warnings. The tape. Weeks later, an anonymous user sent me a link. I downloaded the video file, an old .avi with poor quality and corrupted frames flickering throughout. The title screen flashed Wild Mains in its usual font, but warped, flickering unnaturally. When I pressed play, I was hit by a static buzz, then a panoramic shot of a barren gray pasture replaced the usual lush meadows. The horses were there, but they had no eyes, just blank, milky white sockets staring out like voids. Their bodies looked emaciated, bones faintly visible beneath their dull fur. They moved slowly, awkwardly, as if trying to remember how to run. The narration was gone. Instead, distorted whispers filled the audio, just at the edge of hearing. The horses huddled near a dilapidated fence, seemingly confused. Occasionally, one would stumble and fall, unable to regain balance. Suddenly, the screen cut to a close-up of one horse's face. The empty sockets seemed to bleed shadows, which slowly began to crawl and twist outward like tendrils reaching for the screen. The whispers grew louder, morphing into fractured words I couldn't quite understand. The bone machine. What followed was the most surreal and horrifying part. The horses began to convulse, their skin peeling away in grotesque slow motion. Their skeletons emerged, brittle and gray. These skeletons then moved, creeping towards a strange structure in the distance, something built from hundreds of fused horse bones, forming a huge machine with gears made of skulls and spinal columns. The horse skeletons assembled themselves into this bone machine, their bones clicking and grinding as they fused into a living, pulsating engine. The machine began to spin, its grinding teeth clacking together with a wet, sickening sound. The screen trembled with an unnatural vibration as the machine devoured shadowy horse forms, horses screaming in silent agony as they were swallowed whole. The end and aftermath. The episode ended abruptly with the screen going pitch black, the whispers transforming into a cacophony of haunting laughter. I shut off the video, but the unsettling feeling lingered. That night, I swear I heard faint hoofbeats outside my window, soft, uneven, like a horse struggling to run. Since then, I can't watch Wild Mains without feeling that emptiness lurking beneath its cheerful facade. The horses without eyes haunt my dreams, and sometimes I see flashes of that bone machine in my peripheral vision. If you ever come across Blind Run, don't watch it. It's not just a lost episode, it's a doorway to something darker,